The women were forced to wear chastity belts for protection. These belts were placed on them by their husbands to ensure the purity of their bloodline. Immortan Joe ruled with absolute control. As the tyrant of the wasteland, Joe controlled all the water resources. He enslaved a group of pregnant women, forcing them to produce milk without pay. But the women refused to become tools for breeding. With the help of Furiosa, they escaped from that hellish place. Upon discovering their escape, Joe immediately sounded the war drums. He summoned his entire army of war boys to give chase. After a long and difficult pursuit, they finally caught up with the war rake. Just as Joe's army prepared to attack, one of the pregnant women opened the truck door, using herself as a human shield. Joe hesitated, worried for the unborn child inside her belly. He shouted for her to stop trying to reason with her, but Furiosa was faster. She pulled the trigger first. Joe narrowly escaped death. Seeing the distance between them grow, his troops couldn't risk a direct assault. Joe quickly ordered a flanking maneuver. Working with his son, he launched harpoons and crossbow bolts, jamming Max's steering wheel in place. One of the women, risking her life, climbed out the window. Through careful teamwork, they managed to cut through the iron chain. Furiosa swung her wrench and regained control of the vehicle. Just then, she realized they were speeding straight toward a massive rock formation. Even Immortan Joe looked terrified, shouting for the woman to steer clear. At the last second, Max leaped out to save himself, narrowly escaping death. He gave a thumbs up in approval. But suddenly, one of the women lost her footing and slipped off the truck. Joe tried to swerve to avoid her, but the roaring wheels foretold her tragic fate. She didn't survive. Joe clenched his jaw, suppressing the grief in his heart, and kept moving forward. He lifted the woman's body, letting out a furious scream to the sky. Then he ordered all his troops to continue the pursuit. Even though Max and Furiosa had temporarily escaped the attackers, they dared not stop. They drove eastward, toward the Green Place. It was Furiosa's homeland, the only place left untouched by nuclear radiation.